Okay, you ready?
Recording.
Hi guys, I'm Megan Taylor and welcome to our Team Inspiration call, Team Zoom. It is Tuesday, March 8th, and I'm just going to quickly go over the some announcements and then go over some Success Club points that we have already on the board. So the first thing I want to talk about is just the promos. We already know that it's 22-minute hardcore. That challenge pack and the performance pack, they are on sale this month. Again, they're both for $140. And also things to tell your customers is that the sandbag does come with the challenge pack and the performance pack. So that's important. You do have to go to Home Depot and you have to get 20 pounds of sand like I did over the weekend because it doesn't come with sand. The PIO challenge pack is on sale this month again, or it's an old program, but it's on sale for $140, and the PIO Kickstart is on sale for $180. And for those of you who don't know, the Kickstart is the program plus the 3-day refresh and your month of Shakeology. And then also the 3-day refresh challenge pack is also on promotion again, and that is $140 as well. Just so you guys know too that for the next few hours, this is the last few hours that the 21-day fix and extreme challenge packs are on sale. They were on sale for the month of February, but then, you know, Beachbody kind of extends it. And so they're actually taking it down by the end of today. So just so you know, I've had some last minute fix order most recently today because of the extension. So if people were on the fence and they thought that they couldn't get in, or they, let's say they didn't get paid till, you know, this week, and they're thinking that the promo ended in February, message them quick and say, hey, no, it's been going on this whole time, in case you didn't know. And then another announcement too, and this goes back to the 22-minute hardcore, is that just in the month of March, for every 22-minute hardcore kit or challenge pack that is sold, Beachbody will donate $5 to the Mission Continues, which helps to, it's an organization that helps to empower veterans to help them get back into civilian life after their tours. And we are going, which brings me to my next point, that we are doing our first live event for 22-minute hardcore this coming Thursday, and we're going to touch on that in one of the posts. So if you haven't seen the event link for 22-minute hardcore live event going on this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then look for the link. If you need it, grab it from me and start inviting, because this is an awesome live event. Erin and I have worked super hard on it, and we're really excited to start sharing that with other people. It's just a great program. Other announcements is that we are in week 2 of our Coach Basics training. Erin and I run it every single month, one time a month, and then directly after Coach Basics, we do a Push to Emerald. The Push to Emerald is a 5-day group, and our next Push to Emerald group starts on March 21st. So if you're interested in that, as we start getting promos up, you know, you can just sign in, you know, comment to add you, and then you're certainly welcome to join us for that. Last couple things with announcements is that what you're getting for hitting Success Club 5 this month, you are getting the U.S. coaches are going to earn a Beachbody Performance Sampler Pack. Those Canadians are earning a Beachbody Performance Tote Bag, because you can't get performance. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing that out there. Share.
Yeah. No pointing fingers or anything.
No, right here. Okay, so does anybody have any questions on promos, groups, live events, or anything like that before I get into Success Club points? Everyone's good?
I had one thing to add that I just thought of, Meg.
Yeah, what's up?
For the month of March, I just wanted to remind everybody that we're doing the new coach raffle for a Super Saturday ticket to DC. We're going to go to the DC one this time because Tony Horton's going to be there, and we have one extra ticket that we're going to raffle off to any in the team in March. If they're not local and they don't want to fly out, you know, then they could pass it on. But everybody that's going to be a new coach in March is entered into that raffle to get a new ticket to come with us. So that's one thing I forgot earlier.
No, that's awesome.
Did they open any more spots for that yet?
They did, and then they were gone in like an hour.
It was 100, and then it was sold out.
That's all right. I'll just wait until I move back north, and then it won't be a big deal.
Yeah, but it's Tony, Nicole. It's Tony.
I understand this. I get it.
Okay.
I'll
And
be
Tanya.
momming it.
If you care about Tanya, Tanya will be there. And isn't Jeff Hill gonna be there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another big one. They had a big one last time too, and I had a ticket and ended up not being able to go.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'll be a single mom during that time, so I can't really say yay or nay. So that's why I didn't get one earlier.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay, so Success Club points. So far, we have a bunch already. We've got Amanda Myers with 1, Shannon Dagler with 2, Melinda Stankowski with 6, Karen Cullen with 2, Patrick Taylor with 1, Eric Sinar with 4, Kara Stretch has 3, Jennifer Brewer has 2, Natalie Starbuck has 2. Eric's probably like, why is she saying my name? What's going on? I knew it. Okay, so Victoria Biggs has 2, Stacy Taransky has 2, Jackie Hanshaw has 1, Nicole Oram is freaking awesome and has 12. Erin Sinar has 5, but really she has 9 because she's got Eric. I have 8, but really I have 9, and I think that's it. I think that's all. Does anybody have any questions, or did I forget anyone?
Nope, that's it.
All right.
I can't believe you have that many points already a week into March. That's freaking amazing.
That's what happens when a military program's released, and that's my brand.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
True.
Do you have a goal you're going for since you already have 12?
Well, I wanted 10 in my test group, and I have 6. So I still actually need 4 more, so I should be able to pull it out with 20. I have a couple that were not, my first 4 points of the month were not 22-minute hardcore. So, yeah, I'm still pushing for 10 in my group that starts Monday.
That's just a shame you haven't met that goal yet. I mean, really.
I know. I just
get with it.
I actually have 3 people that I have been back and forth with since I started advertising for it. So, but they're super busy, so I have to hound them some. So.
Gotcha.
We don't know anything about busy, so whatever.
I know, right?
Okay, I'm going to screen share, and we're going to show you a YouTube of Amy Silverman. I think she's the number 2 in the whole company right now, which is like 400,000 coaches, and has a video that Meg and I just fell in love with, and it's basically about, going all in. Like, are you going all in? Like, have you been struggling? After you watch the video, I challenge you to not be changed from it. So, loud, or I can. Everybody muting.
Yeah, and guys, after the call, Erin and I will still be here, and some of the other coach leaders. So if you want to just hang on, if you have questions, we're going to be here to address questions, brainstorm, even if it's something completely unrelated and you just want to talk about something as a group, we'll be here. So just hang on if you want to hang on.
Yeah, it's about 25 minutes. So after that, we can chat about it and what you thought, if you want to hang on, and we can answer some questions for you. So let me screen share. Can you see what I see?
Yep.
Give me a thumbs up. the trash can from her. Meg, did you get the link? You're muted. You're muted.
Can you hear
We're
this?
going to have lots of training, lots of exciting things happening. We're going to be posting training videos all day. Really just focused on, finishing Team Cup, but also just building the business, starting 2016, setting goals, and how to reach those goals. You'll see on the template that we set out kind of the day's schedule. If you want to take a look at that, that'd be great. You know what's going on. But what we're going to do is we had a quick 30-minute call this morning with the.
Can you all hear? Give me thumbs up.
In the company, one of the best coaches in the company. She's just absolutely amazing. What I want to do is introduce her, and then we're going to have her talk to us for a few minutes. Our speaker today is a 2013, 2014, and 2015 top 10 elite coach. In 2015, she was the top recruiter for the year. She's also a member of our coach advisory board. She's a more than 50 months consecutive in Success Club, and she is a Success Club 10 All-Star legend. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on Miss Amy Silverman. Amy, have I got you? Let's see where she is.
I have muted myself because there's like 8 weeks.
There you go. All right, Amy, why don't you, you and I talked about this, but if you could spend a few minutes and talk to us about Team Cup and really kind of the month of February, what should coaches be doing, where should they be focused, and, I'll let you just kind of take it away from there.
Okay. Thanks everybody for jumping on. So I'll get right to it. Thank you for the intro, Doug. So Team Cup is super, super important. I think sometimes people don't really take it seriously because Doug, can you mute everybody? I'm like I get distracted. But Team Cup is super, super important. And I think sometimes people don't take it seriously. Like they sign up and then they're just like, oh, whatever, I'm on the Team Cup. And they don't really take it like it's a real competition. Like you've been training for it or something. And for me, Team Cup, I'm all in with anything I do. And so the first order of business that I want to have out with you guys is to make sure that you are all in with everything you do. That when you sign up for something that, especially something like Team Cup, that you don't just half-ass it, that you are in it to win it. And that's a character building thing. It's a team leader building thing. It's a success building thing. These are traits and skills that you need to build up. And these Team Cups that they do not only will increase, your volume on your teams and help your coaches, but it'll help a lot of people. But it will help you build those skills and those attributes that you simply don't have yet. Perhaps I don't know what your line of work is, but most of us don't lead teams of people into helping end the trend of obesity for a living. This is a very unique career that we have chosen. And I don't know about you guys, but when I was a waitress, I took my job very seriously. I was the top seller in my restaurant. I was the best employee you'd ever have. I worked doubles, triples, anything you asked me, I was there. Because when I say I'm going to do something, I want to be the best at it. I want to be the number one person. I want to be good at my job. I want to be good at what I do. When I go to work out, I don't work out like half in, half out. I'm all in with everything I do. I'm completely focused on it when I'm doing it. And, you know, the top 10 leaderboard in the Team Cup, it's not easy. I feel like being number one in Team Cup is harder than being top 10. Personally, leading a team of people to hit at least 30 to 40 successful points, that takes a lot of helping and encouraging and checking in every day. And so if you guys are not checking in with your cup teams every day, and you're not being a leader of self and leading by example with your cup teams, then I would really start doing that today, because you still have time to really make up for any lost time. I do want to also let you guys know that, you know, my first cup team, I was a little tiny fish in a pool of thousands of coaches in my upline team group. And I teamed up with a bunch of girls that I didn't know. My coach was too slow for me, and she asked me to be on her cup team. And I was already signed up on a team, because that's the kind of coach I was. I found a team, and I signed up the second it was launched. My upline sponsor didn't move as fast as I did. So I was on a team. I didn't know these people, and nobody got successful points except for me. And I was there to win, but I was mostly there to be the best and to show them what being good at what you do looks like. And you guys, I was an emerald coach. You know, I by no means was like a top 10 coach at that point. I was just, like I said, a little fish in a big pond of thousands of coaches. But when I got on that team, I took up the role of the leader, even though I wasn't the team leader. I took up that role, and I started not just being, you know, trying to do my best, but sharing everything I was doing in that group, trying to help them hit success, but trying to help them. And by doing that, not only did I place in the top, you know, scoring successful points in the company and showed myself what I'm capable of, it was a huge turning point for me, because when I was in the top 20 in successful points in the company back then, and it really showed me what I'm capable of. I don't even remember their names anymore, but I know for me it was a turning point, because I was like, if I can take this and I can run with this little tiny challenge, and I can place that high in the company, imagine what I can do with my own business long term. So it was a huge learning experience for me. I was able to grow leadership skills. I was able to practice team building. And that's what these cup teams are really going to do for you. They're going to help you practice. They're going to help you build up the skills that maybe you don't have yet. I don't personally know what kind of a team you all have, but I will tell you that building a team is the most important thing that you can do in this business, and it is the hardest thing that you will do. So if you don't try to create more responsibilities for yourself and try more things that are get you out of your comfort zone and be all in with them when you're doing them, it doesn't matter what the outcome is. It doesn't matter if the rest of your team is crickets. It matters how you show up. And the only thing that you can control is how you are with your business and what you're going to do and the kind of person that you say you're going to be. And, you know, the cup is a perfect example of this. So one thing that I really wanted you guys to focus on, and what I'm focusing on this week, along with trying to get people, you know, interested in being a coach, is following up. So this is the one little like takeaway that I want you guys to take away from this call as far as an action step. Because one thing that I know is that most coaches, they send out invites and they maybe follow up once, and then they're just like, nobody is ready, nobody wants to do this, blah, 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 blah. But the fortune, you guys, is in the follow-up. And I always tell my team, follow up with people until they say go away or yes. And that is what you should be doing. If you're not doing that, then there's some sort of personal development that's happening that needs to happen, and something that has to do with your ego, that you're too worried what people are going to say or think about you. Because I know for me, everybody gets a message until they block me, they say go away or yes. And it's not because I want to get successful points or whatever. It's because I personally was followed up with 10 times before I was being asked to become a coach before I said yes. And it has completely changed my whole entire life. And if my coach hadn't had the courage to continue to reach out to me, even though I gave her, you know, the, oh, you know what, maybe later, oh, I'm moving, oh, I can't afford it. I had all the little, you know, you know, if she hadn't been persistent with me, I would not have the amazing life that I have today. I would not have the amazing health that I have today. I would not have the amazing marriage I have today. Everything I have is because of Beachbody. And it's because I took this and I was all in with it from the very beginning. and then continue to go even more all in. Because I know a lot of you guys probably think that you're all in, but I know if I took a look at your schedule and how much you work and how many people you're talking to and how aggressive you are with your social media, I would probably say you're not doing the work it takes. So what you can always control is how much work you do. One thing you cannot control is the outcome. So once you get detached from the outcome and you start to focus on the actual, the steps you're taking, the vital behaviors, and are you actually doing the vital behaviors every day? Are you doing it to the best of your ability? Are you doing them, all in? Are you doing them focused? Or are you just kind of doing them when you feel like it? And that would be cool if I hit Success Club and maybe I'll become Emerald in December. Like, come on, you guys, set some goals that you're going to hit in the next 2 weeks, in the next month, in the next 3 months. Don't set a goal for 12 years out unless it's to quit your job. Because 12 years out, you could be making where, enough to pay off debt or to reach your income goals for the company. So I really want you to raise your standards after getting off this call with me, whatever it may be. And I want you to understand that it's not something you have to do a complete overhaul on. All I want you to do is just find one little thing that you can commit to doing better. And if it's following up or inviting or being more strict about your nutrition or being more strict about your personal development or being better at recognition, whatever it is, you notice I just named all the vital behaviors. All of that will build your business. But you just need to find one thing. Just find one thing that you're just going to get better at and stick to that one thing. Because it only takes one thing to really make a huge difference in your business. If you guys listen to my National Wake Up Call, I talked about this. I talked about how you don't necessarily need to change everything to make a change in your business. You just need to make little tweaks here and there and be consistent with it and build that character building of when you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. When you signed up with your coach, you said you were going to work the business, so work the business. When you said that you were going to help people get healthy by coaching them, lead by example and continue to do your workouts and get results and show them what's possible. That's our job. That's our job as coaches, is to lead by example and to do the work ourselves. So usually what's lacking in our teams is lacking in ourselves. So you can always look within and see how you can better improve to help your teams improve. And you can start with your cup team. If you don't have a team of your own to run right now and you're just a new coach, then you can start with practicing with your cup team and work on building your team so you can start to do that really fun, the team building, which is really fun, a really big part of being a coach. So, Doug, did you want to ask me any questions?
Yeah, so Amy, I think, dude, you've hit on some awesome points here. I mean, I love that you can control how much work you do every day. I think that's awesome. I think follow-up is such key to this business. But I'm going to start with the one you just mentioned, which is, what's lacking in your team could be what's lacking in yourself. Talk a little bit about confidence, because it feels like that's one of those things that, I've talked to a lot of teams that are, if they are struggling, and we have lots of teams that are having success, but a lot of them, it's like, I can't get my team members to do anything. And it seems to be that they're struggling with their confidence, which, could be the team leader's confidence. But how do you build confidence, or how do you work with people to gain confidence? Maybe that's a better way to build it.
Well, the only way to build confidence is action. Imperfect in action is never going to build. Imperfect action. Yes, imperfect action is much better than perfect in action. That one's really hard to remember.
There you go.
Write that down. Imperfect action. Imperfect, meaning not perfect. Imperfect action is always better than perfect in action. Because if you're trying to perfect things and know everything and do all the training, and I get coaches who message me all the time and they're just like, I don't know, I did all the training and I can't, and I'm like, did you ever talk to anybody today? And they're like, talk to people? Like that's the literal response I get. I had a girl come to me at a Super Saturday event and she was like, how do I be successful? I've done this training, I've done that training, I've done all this training, and my business is not growing. And I was like, well, how many people have you talked to today? And she's like completely put out. Like, I was like, how many people do you talk to a day? How many people do you talk to a week? Completely was just like blank. Like, I have to talk to people? Like seriously, guys, inviting is the first vital behavior for a reason. I just got off a call with a coach who's climbing to the top last night, and she invites 20 to 30 people a day. So if you ever want to get confidence at building this business and talking to people about coaching, you have to go and practice it. It's practicing. Doug was with me in Utah, and I just started snowboarding last year. And I went snowboarding the first day, and I was terrifying. I was in tears. I was crying. My husband took me up to the top, and Jeff Hill was so disappointed in me because he thought I was a better snowboarder. And there was disappointment. There was judgment. There was sadness. There was fear. There was lack of confidence. There was, extreme humility. And I could have been like, I'm not getting back on that mountain. And the next day, I got back up there, and I had a blast. And I went to the bunny slopes, and I had a blast. Actually, I was in the green run. So I was in the green run, so I was in the bunny slopes. So I did move up. I did get better than I was the previous year. But I had to fail first. I had to make a fool of myself. I had to feel like an ass. All the people coming by me, getting people's way. It really sucked. I hated it. I hated every moment of it. I wanted to get off the mountain and never wanted to get back on. So what you guys need to understand is that if you're ever going to learn to do something new, especially build a six-figure business, like a business from home where you're helping hundreds of people and building a team of people, that you do not know those skills yet. And you cannot expect to learn them. Like, what about when you first started anything? Like, even something as silly as typing or using your iPhone. Like, you had to learn how to do it first in order to get good at it. And so if you think that you can just learn all the things and then be good at this business, you can't. This is the trial and error business. It is a learn as you go business. And I know for me, I wanted to be a top 10 coach when I was a new coach. And so I knew that I needed to get out there, and I needed to get messy, and I needed to get my hands dirty, and I needed to have huge doses of humility thrown at me every single day. Because if you ever want to be successful, you have to put yourself out there, and you have to be okay with getting humble pie in your face every day. It's the best thing for you as a human, and it's the best thing for you as a business. So hopefully you're out there chasing it every single day and looking for ways that you can be put in your place. Because it's so awesome when you mess up and then you learn from it and then you do it again and you freaking rock it. Because that's the best feeling. It's the best feeling to overcome your own objections.
No, I love it. Thank you, Amy. I think that's a great. I love the quote. Imperfect action is always better than perfect inaction. Did I get it right?
Yeah. It's
okay.
hard. That's the way.
Yeah, no. But that's a great. Jeff Hill always says it's the start that stops most people, right? They just don't do it. They we have a lot of coaches who get hung up on learning, and they want to know everything before they do anything. And it's like you've just got to be willing to put yourself out there. So let's talk a little bit, Amy, about. So go off of Cup a little bit, and let's talk about 2016 and how when you work with your new coaches, how do you get them to kind of see the vision of, this is a marathon, not a sprint. We're in this to build obviously the Cup is kind of that sprint, but we're also in this to build a business over the course of time. How do you get people to focus on, maybe this year's goals?
Well, I think leading by, first of all, by example is the best way. You personally hitting Success Club yourself. If you want to have your coaches hitting Success Club 10, which will build your business twice as fast, you need to hit Success Club 10. Simple as that. If you sign on a coach and you're like, I am a Success Club 10 legend, I've hit Success Club 10 for over 50 consecutive months, that's how I've gotten to where I am, they're going to connect the dots and be like, okay, well, that's what I need to do. Of course, as somebody who wants to do it, if somebody doesn't want to follow in your footsteps and to build the success you have, you can't make them. And the worst thing you can possibly do is all your eggs in one basket, sit there and stare at the little amount of coaches you do have rather than going out and adding new blood to your team. Because new blood excites old blood and also shows people what's possible. I know my coaches get more inspired by seeing their peers be successful than by seeing me be successful because they already know I'm successful. But when they see people who are right next to them who started when they did, there's a little comparison, but there's a lot of inspiration, especially when they team up together to help each other. And so when it comes to setting your goals for 2016, you guys, it needs to start with Success Club. at least Success Club 5. Like, you need to hit that every single month. If you're not hitting Success Club, then you're not building the consistency in the business. You're not building, you know, the breadcrumbs for your coaches to follow. When you do start to sign up coaches, what are you going to say? Oh, it's fine, I hit Success Club this month, and then I missed that month. They're going to follow in your footsteps. It all starts with you. That is leadership 101. They're going to duplicate what you do. It's like your kids. It's like little baby animals. They just copy what their parents do because that's all they know. And that's what your coaches are going to do too. And I had this conversation with my leaders last night. Don't think that you can just, you know, do some things and not do the others, and don't think your coaches aren't going to notice, because they notice, and they're going to duplicate the bad things and the good things. So at the end of the day, when it comes to setting your business goals, your team goals, it needs to start with you. Success Club 5, if you've already been hitting Success Club 5 for like 3 to 6 months, you guys raise the bar and start pushing for 10. Success Club 10, how many coaches are you going to recruit a month? You have a goal every month that's a non-negotiable, that you will not sleep until this goal happens. That's how dreams happen. You sacrifice sleep, you sacrifice going out with your friends, you sacrifice things that you would normally do to make your dreams come true. You know, the short-term sacrifices are temporary. You know, I sacrifice sleep, I sacrifice friend time, I sacrifice my sex life, I sacrifice everything my first 2 years of this business, and now I can do everything as much as I want. And it's because I had that foresight, you know, into my future, and I had this discussion with my husband. I'm like, we need to just make sacrifices for the first 2 years. All my extra time needs to be to build this business. And then 2 years later, we were full time, and 3 years later, we were living the life of our dreams. So, you know, I don't know what it's going to take for you to see the long-term vision, but all I know is that if you just start hitting Success Club while you figure out what that is, you will be building your business while you're figuring out what you want from this. Sometimes your goals and your dreams change as you do, you know? And so you're going to have to let it evolve. And I'm not saying everybody needs to sacrifice your sex life. I'm just saying I was really, really, really focused. So just remember that, you know, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. And I know at the end of the day that the only thing I can control, like I said, is how much work I do. Nobody can outwork a hard worker. They can't. That's the one thing. If you want to be better, work harder. Work harder on yourself than you do anything else, and work harder on your business, work harder on your fitness, work harder on all the 3 vital behaviors. Work harder than you are, and you will win. Like, that's just the rules. That's the way it works. That is the formula. So
awesome. Love it. So, okay, here we go. We're in the last 5-6 minutes of this call. So the question now is, you've got these coaches on this call. The Champions page is going to watch this today. It's going to be posted, the recording. What should they do today? Like, if you were to say, guys, get off this call and go do this, what would you tell them they should be doing today, and then maybe lead into, you know, the next couple of days? So, like, what are the activities they should be doing?
well, you guys can do what I'm going to do if you want. I'm going to get off this call, and I'm going to go sit on my couch, and I am going to answer every single message that I have waiting for me in my inbox, my messages. And then if you don't have any messages waiting for you, you can go and do 30 invites to invite new people to join your challenge group or your coaching team. And then after I'm done with that, I'm going to go and do 100 follow-ups. So if you want to join me on a 100 follow-up challenge, you can follow up with every single person you have ever talked to from the history of time, and go and follow up with them. If you don't have 100 people to follow up with everybody you've ever talked to, and remind them that the 21-day Fix Extreme Challenge Pack sale ends in, 13 days. Remind them that size ends. Remind them of the sales that are ending, and remind them that you want them to be a part of your challenge. You know, remind them that they reached out to you. Remind them spring break is coming. Develop a little script that you can copy and paste and follow up with everybody. Hey, I just wanted to reach back out to you. Spring break is on our heels. There's incredible sales that are going on, and I just thought of you. I just wanted to let you know, thinking about you, and wanted to let you know that there is, you know, the time is ticking, and February is almost over, and I really wanted to take advantage of the sales and to get working on your goals with me. So, I mean, that's all it takes is just for you reaching back out to them.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so as we close this call, any final words of advice? I think you've given so many great points. Follow up. You know, you can control how hard you work. I love that you just said work harder. You know, focus on one thing you can do better. If what's lacking in your team is lacking in yourself, imperfect action is always better than perfect inaction. How do you sum all that up, Amy, as we end this call?
I just want you guys to believe in yourself, you know.
Let me go find it. Sorry.
You're very often. It always makes me feel weird. What I really want you guys to do is have confidence and go and just understand that, like, believe in yourself. Like, that's one thing that I had going into this business, is that I knew that I was going to be successful at it. Even when I wasn't, even when I was making a $30 paycheck, even when I had coaches quitting on me, even when I was only an Emerald coach, I knew that I was going to be a top coach one day. And it only took me 2 years to get there, and that was my goal from day one. That was my focus. How do I get to the top? How do I get to the top? I was obsessed with it, you know. And so maybe you're not as obsessed with being successful as I am, and with the business and rocking your life to the 10th degree like I am. Like, for me, like, life is meant to be, like, conquered. It's about living it to the fullest for me and doing everything in my power to make sure that when life is over, that I crushed it, that I know that I can look back on my life and I crushed it. I didn't just do life. I didn't just whatever. I crushed it. And I want to be able to say that, you know. And so whatever it is that you need to do to focus on so that you're motivated, whether it's your kids, whether it's paying off debt, which is taking care of your parents. I know for a fact, like, my 7-year-old mom, if she gets laid off, she's a teacher still, she hates her job. I'm making her continue to work because she needs to have something to do. I'm not making her, but, like, she needs to work, you know? Like, you can't just quit your job and not have anything to live for anymore. But I do know that if she ever got laid off, I could take care of her. I do know that I could, you know, give her whatever life that she would want, you know? Whatever she wants. I could be like, where do you want to live? Where do you want to live? How do you want to live? What do you want, Mom? And I could just give it to her. You know, I can do that. And so that's a really great feeling. It's a great feeling to be able to take care of your parents. It's a great feeling to be able to pay off your debt. It's a great feeling to be able to know that you're building wealth that you can change the world with, that you can donate money to organizations that you believe in, that you can go out and you can volunteer around the world or travel the world or whatever it is you want. You guys, all those things that I named, all those things motivate me. I have multiple things that motivate me. One thing's not motivating me today, I plug into something else. My freedom to work on my fitness, my freedom to work on myself, my freedom to work on my marriage. You know, to be able to go to Date with Destiny in December for 7 days and work on myself, and my husband work on himself, and us work on our relationship and become that much stronger. You know, like, that is the life I want. I don't want to just coast through life, pay some bills, and die. That's not the kind of life I want. And so whatever it is that you want from your life, the opportunity is here on a silver platter for you. So whatever you decide to do with it is what you get out of it. And at the end of the day, if you're willing to do the work, you can have it, you know? But you're not just handed a dream life, like, for just showing up and jumping on a Zoom call and then going back to your regular life. You have to actually do the work when you get off this call. So I really hope that, you know, you'll join me in getting to work today, because I work a 40 to 50 hour week still. That's what it takes me to stay in the top 3. And that's what it's going to take. That's what I'm going to do. You know, I'm not putting my feet up just because I've had some success. I'm just getting started. So hopefully you guys have that same kind of hunger with your business as new coaches and going forward into your business even 5 years in. I'm 5 years in, and I thought at this point I would like to take a break and I'd like to take a vacation and relax. But who needs that with Beachbody when you're traveling like every month anyway? So I enjoy what I do. I'm so lucky to have a career that I love, and you guys are so lucky to have this opportunity as well. There's many, many, many countries that wish that they could have coaching. I have people beg from the UK all the time, when is it coming? When is it coming? When is it coming? And you guys have it. And you're maybe doing something with it, maybe not. I don't know. But I really hope you see what you have here and you don't take it for granted. because we are so lucky as, you know, free American citizens, Canadian citizens to be able to do this. So I really hope you see that and that you operate from a state of gratitude and you work your business every day and you invite as many people as you can so they can have the opportunity to change their lives as well. So that's all I got.
Thanks, Amy. That is fantastic. And guys, I love what she says. You know, it isn't that the income is guaranteed. It's just that, you know what, if you do the work, you can get there. You have to set the bar and you have to, you know, work to achieve your goals. So thank you so much, guys. We will get this video posted.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you guys think? You guys can unmute.
I have so much to say about her. It's ridiculous. Can I just like chime in really quick so I can get it over with?
Yeah.
She's just so funny because I was opposite of her. She's kind of like you, Meg, where she hit the ground running, business from day one, no excuses, like this is what I want and I'm going after it, period, end of story. Whereas for me, since everybody seems to think it's so fabulous that I got 12 points this month and suddenly I'm like coming out of the woodwork. Those that have been in this business a while know that I have been very up here, very down here, very to the right and very to the left. And when I actually talked to Erin and Cher both together before January, and I said, I know exactly where I've been failing. And a lot of you can probably relate to this. You set 15 million goals that you want for yourself over the course of the year, whether it's to start and finish a program, whether it's to get off sugar or get off chocolate or, you know, spend more time with your family, whatever they are. I had, 5 or 6 goals that I wanted to do last year. And because I tried to do them all at once, I failed. And I said, screw this to the whole thing. So in January, well, the week before, I decided I was tackling one thing at a time, which she said it on the wake-up call, and she said it again on that call. And there's a video that we just recently shared in the team page about just commit to your workout. If you do nothing else, commit to your workout. I committed to hammer and chisel, start to finish, posted every day for my own accountability. Okay, yeah, I was trying to build my business too, but it really was to keep me accountable. And all of a sudden, my freaking business like exploded. They're not lying. It's a no-brainer. So if I can say anything, it's just do that. We've shared the video. We just listened to her again. I have no dreams of being in the top. Like, I just want to be able to support my family. That's my goal. Just like she said, everybody's goals are different. And everybody on here's goals are different. I want to support my family, period. End of story. So I have to do what I have to do to make that money so that now that I'm moving north to Maryland, I'm not having to go back to work. Like, it's not in the cards for me. So that's just something for everybody to think about. I'm done talking now.
So what do you guys think about the quote that she said that imperfect action is better than perfect inaction? I know that I have so many coaches that are waiting and waiting and waiting to post because they don't know the right words to say, or they can't get it out quickly, or their pictures aren't perfect, and they wait and they wait and they don't do anything. And I really think, I really think that by having that quote, think it in your head every time you want to post something or you're thinking about it. Because if you just getting something out there, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pristine. Just get it out there, because no one else is perfect. And and if they judge you, they don't matter. So just get it out there, do it, and you're going to inspire someone. So what do you guys think about that quote?
I love it, because I am so guilty of that. I will like type something out and I'll rewrite it, reread it, rewrite it, reread it, rewrite it, because I am a horrible poster. I am horrible at grammar. I'm horrible at spelling. I hate it, you know, and I've just kind of got to learn to just do it and post it.
Stacy, how about instead of saying I'm horrible, why don't you try I currently struggle with? I can't do it.
I struggle with my posts. I'm trying to do better. I've made it a goal to at least post once a day on my page, if not more. I got 2 up today. I'm hoping to get 1 more up before I go to bed.
You will get 1 more up before you go to bed.
And I have 1 planned for tomorrow already.
Good. See? Does that feel nice?
Yes.
Stacey, and it's that, taking that leap of faith out of your comfort zone, and look how awesome you're doing.
I am trying.
It's true. Well, I'll tell you, I don't think Natalie's here anymore, but Natalie is one of my newer coaches from last month, Natalie Starbuck, and she didn't want to post her before and afters, and she did, I think it was just 1 round of 21-day fix, and her pictures were insane. They were so good, and she didn't want to do it. I'm like, you have to do it. You just have to do it. And she did it, and boom, she just got so many messages. She's already at SC2. I mean, she signed up as a coach. It's just taking that leap and getting out of your comfort zone, and it's so hard to do. And even Erin and I, we're still getting out of our comfort zones, and it's hard. But once you do it, it becomes easier. The more you do it, I think the more you just have this I don't give a shit attitude, and I'm just going to do it. And if people like it, they're going to like it. If they don't, whatever,
That's what you have to do. It's almost like nobody wants to see perfect. That's just it. It's like we're trying so hard to pervade, to get across that we do our workouts every day. We drink our shakes every day. We're perfect at all this. And it's like, people don't want to see that. That's what's intimidating. And that's where they're like, you know what? That's just, it's not true. It's not real. So I think by being a little bit of that imperfect and just posting what you feel, posting what you want to put out there is what people are drawn to. Because when you start acting like you're perfect on Facebook, that's when people start dismissing you.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's much better to just get it out there and relatable to you and makes people trust you.
Who cares what people think anyways?
What do you guys think about her quote that new blood excites old blood? I know that when I first started coaching and building my team, it was very, very slow at first. And I made the mistake of just focusing so much on the people that I had and trying to train them and trying to help them grow and I think I was hand-holding a little too much. Instead, I should have just focused on coach recruiting, meeting new people, presenting the opportunity. And I think that if I would have done that sooner, that new blood could have come in and have really excited the older blood, and I think that I made that mistake. We might all be guilty of that. We're so happy that we get enrolled and we want to hold on to those 2 coaches and we're just trying to handhold them when instead that's great. And I think that offering them training and support is perfect, but put your eye on the bigger prize. And the bigger prize is, what is it, Erin? Like 90% of our business should be focused on bringing on new coaches and presenting that opportunity. So what do you guys think about that?
Huge. I know that I see that with Nicole. All the stuff that Nicole is constantly, it seems like every day, 2 people a day, it feels like, welcome so-and-so, welcome so-and-so. We're always saying, welcome to the family, and I'm like, but we really are a family. So you see all these new people and you're sitting here and you go, what am I doing? I love seeing that she's like bringing in all these new people who are so excited, and seeing them excited actually kind of excites me because I did this just for the discount. Nice. And I haven't actually gotten off my hind end yet. So I did this for the military discount. But the biggest thing is I've always been afraid of success. I'm afraid of failure. So it's weird, I've got to step and get out of my way as Nicole tells me. But watching her do it makes me feel more and more, how should I say it? More and more confident to try to step out of my own way, because I'm the one who always holds me back, not everybody else. So, yeah.
It's like watching a child play. When kids start playing with stuff, even if it's like a cardboard box, and all of a sudden, even as an adult, you're looking at that cardboard box with new eyes. And that's what new coaches bring on. And I think that when you said make eye on the prize, it's taking everybody to the prize, not just, Not just the ones that got there first, not just the ones that got there last, but absolutely everybody.
Yep, definitely. I think one thing we keep coming back to is that if your business isn't doing what you want it to be doing, take a look at yourself and figure out what's going on with you that's reflecting in your business. And like Nicole was saying, like Sherilyn was saying, like Stacy's saying, like Meg says, we all say that, doing it ourselves, no one else is going to see that. And when we are doing it, it creates all that energy for everybody, the new and the old.
Yeah.
Right, which is a big part of the 3 vital behaviors. So you're doing your workouts and your shake, but are you sharing that? And I think that, and of course personal development, but I think that a big part that I'm seeing in my challenge group right now is that I have probably, 20 coaches in it. In my big team, we've split off. Jen Ford runs hers, me and Melinda run ours. And of all the coaches and all the people in our group, I really think that maybe only 2 coaches post every day about what they're doing. That's not going to inspire challengers. That's not going to inspire people and other coaches. I think that that's it. And I'm going to talk with this about my team later, is that, every single day we have to share what we're doing because someone's in a slump somewhere. Someone needs that inspiration, that motivation. And if we're providing that every day and showing that we're consistent, then it's a no-brainer how we're getting results. Like, this isn't rocket science, people. So if you're showing what you're doing every single day and people are seeing you get results, you're that much more believable. I mean, we're proof, right? We're proof of the product. So as coaches, I want all of us, I think that we should have a little, I challenge all of you to really make a concerted effort to this week. Every single workout you do, I want you to take a selfie, whatever, post it in your challenge groups. Show them your shake, show them your breakfast. Start sharing more in your groups. Start sharing more on social media because I don't think that we're doing it enough. And I think that if someone that you know from high school, the first thing that comes into their mind when they see you should be, oh, she's a coach because I see it all the time. That's what she does. And then when they feel like they need help, you're going to be the person that they call. You're going to be the person that they message because it happens all the time to Erin, to Cher, to me, and to Nicole. It happens all the time. I haven't talked to you in 15 years, but I know everything that you do every day, and I need help. And that's where I think that's where we all need to work on.
4 of my newest 22-minute hardcore challenge packs that I have done this month already are all former military people that I have been in with, and I have never spoken to them about Beachbody. Never once. But I got to entice them with the whole program. And I never do this, but for this particular test group that I'm doing, I wanted to do it by the book. So you're getting the program, you're going to follow the nutrition guide, and you must either be on Shakeology or the Performance Pack, one of the 2. I have one on the Performance Pack, the rest are all like, okay. Now I've gotten a couple that said, man, that Shakeology is expensive, girl. What are you doing to me? But still bought it because they want to be in that test group. So I hyped it up big time, though, too. So, I mean, I think it just depends on what you're looking for from people, but it isn't hard. You're right. It's not rocket science at all.
I think we get to a point where we are just, you can get so frustrated with this that we always say, have that attitude of not caring. Not that you don't care about people, but that, if they say no, you can't take it personally.
Right.
After you talk to so many people over, day after day after day, it's kind of like, okay, well, are you in or are you not? Because if you're in, let's go. I'm ready to run with you. If you're not, then that's great. Like, I'll help you as much as I can, but it doesn't affect me personally anymore. Like, I think learn as you grow kind of a thing, and as you talk to more people, that becomes more natural. But it's definitely doable for everybody.
Right. And if you're focusing, and I learned this too, just through trial and error, is that if you're focusing on just the few people that you're messaging, it means you're not messaging enough people. It means you're not talking to enough people. So like just tonight, I was texting Erin that I was working on getting another challenge pack, but she wasn't interested. She wanted to wait and get the sampler. And so I said, no, she doesn't want to do it. And Erin texted me back, no, not right now. And that's correct, not right now, but next month, yeah. Next month, she's gonna have her sampler, she's gonna love it, she's gonna want it. So if you have the mentality that, no, she said no, fine, whatever, now I'm just gonna be all depressed about it. No, exactly right. No, she said no now, but next month, I'm gonna ask her again, and I'm gonna get her in my group, and she's gonna see everyone posting their red containers and their blue containers, and she's gonna wanna know what that's all about. Or she's gonna hit rock bottom and she's gonna need help. So either way, it's just that mindset change, and it just takes time to grow and build, because I didn't start out this way. It just, over time, you just get thicker skin.
You do. I definitely agree with that. And one of the other things too, I think, is all in how the message is portrayed too. I was just going through this with one of my coaches yesterday, and it took me a long time when you change your mindset, like when I first was doing it and I would have success and then be downhill and then have success, I noticed that I was fixated on the money. So my messages were coming across very desperate, and I made a commitment to that too after talking with you guys as leaders. You have to make it about them. And I reiterated that to one of my coaches yesterday. Reword your stuff so that it's all about them. You want them to eventually flip the conversation to where they're running the conversation. And that's how I've had a lot of success too. They end up running the conversation for me, and I just chime in, and the next thing I know, they're joining my group.
I'll be ready.
All right. Well, does anybody have any other questions or anything that they want to say? It is kind of late. I guess it's now after 10. We should probably wrap up.
Nope, that was awesome.
Great call.
All right, I'm going to stop recording.